Circuit of Success, it all started, the actual podcast started 5 years ago. The first episode was released on February 6, 2017, I believe. And so, almost 300 episodes later, here we are. But I think what's cool is this started on the little piece of paper in about 2003, 2004. I didn't have any children yet, and I was in this wealth management business, and I was having a tough year. In those moments, there's always really big learning if we're paying attention. I don't know if I knew it right in the moment per se, but I think I learned it very quickly thereafter. And so I drew this thing I wanted to call at the time the Circuit of Success. And I said, how can I put success in the middle? Think of a piece of paper. How can I make success right here, but never let it get too far away? Right? You want high highs, you don't want the low lows, but how can I keep it in here? How can I keep it fenced in? As I sat there, I was at the island of my kitchen. My wife, I remember very vividly, was making dinner. Again, we didn't have any children at the time, but I was bummed out, and I was like, what can I do to be better? And I said, what are the pillars? What are those fence posts that I know that if I do, I can be successful? And the first one came to me was attitude. Your attitude is everything. And I have yet to meet anybody that has had long-term sustainable success that has a bad attitude. Every single morning, if you're like me, I have to use an alarm clock to get up. The alarm goes off. I truly believe in my core that it's my choice to choose my attitude. It's my choice how I'm gonna view the day. It's my choice how I'm gonna communicate with people. It's my choice how I win the morning. It's my choice how I win the evening before I go to bed. If I can overcome that and really dominate those choices, then therefore I think I'll be successful. So I have a choice to be a victor or a victim, is the way I look at it. And so that's what I've done. Is first and foremost is that attitude. The second one that came to me was your belief system. If we don't have a belief system, then you'll fall for anything, right? You have to have this belief system. And for me, it was a belief in a higher power. So I believe in God. That's very important to me. I believe in myself. I believe in goal planning. I believe in goal achievement. I believe in journaling. I believe in reading. All these things, I could go on and on, that I have a belief system that I could sit down and individually have a conversation about each one of those, that I know that if I have a true rooted, deep rooted belief in something, then it's gonna be really hard for me not to be successful, okay? But when you have your attitude and you have your belief system, there's this little thing called rejection. And it's important to know that we're all gonna get rejection, whether it's from our phones, that little red light blinking on your office phone, or the little green thing on your cell phone that tells you got a message. Those things can be rejection. And that rejection is made, in my opinion, to understand your attitude and to understand your belief system. So if I have a great attitude, but then I get bad news delivered to me, it's gonna fall back to my belief system. Is my belief system deep enough that's gonna allow me to learn from that rejection and gonna allow me to get through it? Now with that, you go down this little line of on the Circuit of Success, is your faith. I could tell you, those people watching this video right now, that if you go do A, B, and C, you'll be successful. And you either have to believe that, or you have to have faith in that, right? And faith is, if you've not seen it, you just have to have faith that things are gonna happen, right? And so the faith is huge in that part, is if I do these things, sometimes you're not gonna know exactly if they're gonna work, but you have to trust and you have to have faith in that. And then that bottom right one is action. Your actions matter. I don't believe that you can just sit around and think and say things and it's just all of a sudden it's just gonna come to you. You have to go out and you gotta take action every single day. Whether it's the phone calls you gotta make, the people you need to go out and meet. If you're somebody in the exercise world, the number of reps, you can't just wish for big muscles, right? You gotta go out and you gotta do something about it. You gotta take action. And those actions every single day with your belief system and with your attitude ultimately get you results, okay? Those results are what we all look for. I'm a big St. Louis Cardinal fan, and I go to the Cardinal game, and I would say most people in the Cardinal Stadium at Busch Stadium down there will look at the Jumbotron. And on that Jumbotron is what? It's their batting average, how many outs there are, what inning it is, what's the score, the pitcher's earned run average. It's every little piece of data that I could ever want is right in front of me to know what's gonna happen. And I think in our lives, we don't do that enough. We don't keep score. We don't know what our earned run average is or our batting average is, and we don't keep score. But those results matter, and I think those results come from your great attitude, your belief system, and your actions that ultimately get the things that you dream of. And then what happens as you start to achieve in life, a new vision comes about, right? So this new vision goes around, and now your attitude is still important, but your belief system is still important, your actions are still important, and again, your results matter. So the results that I've written down in these journals behind me that you can see, the stuff that I wrote down in July of 2005 are much different than the results that I would want to write down as we sit here today. And so that matters because it's showing up every single day and making sure that you're keeping score. You're keeping score in your life. You're keeping score how you do as a parent, as a husband, as a whatever it may be. And those are the circuits of success.